Here she is. She's been sitting here for months, empty, desolate. I chose the 4000D Airflow mid-tower PC case simply because it had the best reviews, and I can customize this front part with some wood panels, and I just love that idea. That's basically as much as I know. I feel like I went with form and function. I mean, that's a win instead of form over function, right?
Yeah. You never want to go with form over function because you're like, oh, this looks good, and then you get it and you're like, this is not good.
It's trash.
It looks good.
Oh.
I guess this should have been the first thing to explain is like try not to break the foam.
Oh, why? So we can reuse it?
So that way wherever you need to move or store it, you always use this box. And then
Well, it's only the top part.
most gives you foam. PC building tips. Never throw away your case box.
We've used his multiple times.
Stepping on a belt.
And voila. Isn't she cute? Yes. I like the sleek design. Nothing too flashy here. Even the insides aren't going to be that flashy. All right, what's next?
Also, you're putting your oil on the case.
She needs a little oil. She's a little ashy.
What we're trying to do, we're going to get our power supply in here. And by doing that, I think it's opposite. So we're actually open up the back panel.
Oh, look at that. See, they made it easy. That's why I like this case. That was very easy.
Go ahead and set this aside.
Power supply, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me why I got this. I don't know. He did. So.
Fully modular, gold rating. Never goes wrong with it. All right. Normally, cases come with little accessory kits. This little thing.
What's this? The accessory kit?
Yeah. So this has our cable management ties, some screws for the motherboard, everything we need for the building.
Nice. Okay, so according to my husband, this is for larger hard drives. So we took this out of here to make space for the power supply. But also we just don't need it.
Yeah,
right?
correct. It's older tech. We're in the day and age of solid state drives.
Oh, who?
Solid state drives?
Oh, the smaller ones, right?
Yeah, smaller ones, no moving parts.
Back with the sleek design, nothing flashy. Does it just go in just like this?
Yeah, but not yet. Plus you have it upside down. So, which side do you think is going to be facing outside of the case?
Oh, well, this side so that you can plug stuff in, right? Oh, there's another side. This side. No, that makes a lot more sense, yeah. I only saw this.
Yeah,
okay.
That's
that's inside so you can plug all your real components.
There you go.
I'll do that.
Nope. Put that back.
If it's in my hand, I'm gonna fiddle with it. So, okay, what's next?
So we're gonna put this in. We're gonna put it in like that.
I'll actually put the cable into the power supply, but we're not turning it on.
Right. Now we're gonna plug this in.
Magic. And why are we doing that?
So this is to set up our case. We are essentially grounding our case. So the fun thing about this case, it has a magnetic dust filter. Yeah. clean it, suck it back on. Just to flip on that switch.
Oh, we are turning it on.
Yeah, flip it on. One. Flip it off. And then now, to ground ourselves, we just touch this. That's how we ground ourselves now.
Okay.
So it's like we're touching parts, ground. Touching parts,
Touch this.
ground.
This is the motherboard. Mostly I got this because it's like blacked out. And adds to the sleek design. Everything else, I don't know. So, he's built a computer before, so I'm just like, whatever you think works, I'm here for it.
A lot of misconception is people take it out of the bag and then put it on top of the bag. We don't want that. So we want to take it out of the bag and put it on top of the box.
Ow, there's something sharp in here.
Screws.
We're now installing the CPU. And apparently I cannot touch it or else. So I will not be doing this part.
So then you push down on it. Move it aside. Then you're going to lift this.
And you're not supposed to touch any of that either.
Correct. These are all very tiny sticking up pins.
Okay.
The scary part is how it's going to sound when we close it.
Fun. Like crunch.
It's going to crunch. It's going to pop like that.
Was that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
There was no crunch.
Okay, this one had no crunches.
All right, so that's it.
It's on. So we can install now our RAM sticks.
For the RAM sticks, they stand for random access memory.
See how this one's slightly shorter?
Yes.
So then this side is slightly shorter.
So that means.
But you're gonna seat it first. So kind of just slot it in. But don't push down.
So we kind of stopped talking here. We were really focused on putting stuff into the motherboard. Of course, here we have Spencer putting in the RAMs. They were in the wrong order at first, but he went back and corrected it later. And then we also added our storage drive. This was super easy to install. You just kind of wedged it in and then you screwed it down. And one of my favorite parts about this motherboard is it has all these beautiful covers you screw down on top. So it's very sleek and clean.
This part's easy. This is the CPU cooler, which is here. And we're gonna place it over the CPU to keep it cool so it don't burn out and die.
Lift this up. There's gonna be 4 holes here. And all you're gonna do is just line it up.
Oh, from the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, but now you can't tell. Stuck in my head now.
You alright?
What was that? Oh my god, imagine me as like a surgeon. I could not. Okay, not that, but like one wrong sound somewhere. And like, boom, there goes the carotid artery. Too jumpy.
No heart surgeon. What was that? Oh! Look!
Dude, I could not do it.
It goes between the processor and this. This helps transfer the heat back and forth. Don't think of like you need to put a lot, because think about it. A lot of pressure is going to be like...
It's gonna smush it.
Smush it. So just nice 5 tiny dots.
And here we're finalizing the installation of the CPU cooler. We did stick it right on top of that gunk, and then we screwed it all down. And that way our CPU will never overheat. It'll be nice and cool.
What?
I will now be inserting the motherboard with the CPU. These are RAMs.
RAM. CPU cooler.
hard drives.
Storage.
Storage. This is the motherboard with all of its beautiful components. All right. Gently. Gently. Now my right hand's in the way. Okay, here we go. Where are those little screw babies? Now what do I do with my right hand?
You can.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Mira.
You just figure it out.
Basically done. We just have to plug in a few more cords. One being the power supply for the motherboard.
Well, we did plug in the motherboard cable.
Oh.
This cable is specifically for
The CPU.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, got it. So where do we feed this in?
We're gonna redo this part.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this to you.
So I realized we kind of didn't record this part. It was just a lot of tedious plugging in, but I did want to show you just how cool this motherboard is. I'm guessing they're probably all this way, but they label everything for you, and your case that you buy comes with all the cords to attach to your motherboard. And normally the instructions in the motherboard and on your case will have diagrams, so it tells you exactly where to plug everything in. And I think that's really amazing because otherwise I would not know what I was doing.
Basically finished. I mean, there's a lot of plugging little cords in, so we're like, you know what? No, we're just gonna do that. Finish that. So now we're gonna see if it comes on the screen.
Before we hit the power button, we need to flip up the power switch that we left off. It's in the back. The big one that's like, there you go. Just give it a sec.
It's been a month since I recorded that video, and I realized it was not as educational as much as it was just hopefully entertaining at the very least. There are a ton of guides like how to do this online that I would highly recommend looking into that first before you do anything. Luckily for me, I had a nerd in-house, so that made the process for me so much easier. I will say this though, this case, they really did a good job with this. They made it so user-friendly, so anyone, no matter where you are on the spectrum of computer knowledge, you can figure this out. Like, I love this case. Another note I kind of wanted to add is, and maybe this is just me, but I thought like, okay, I'll buy the case, I'll buy a part, stick it in, buy another part, stick it in. Apparently that is a terrible idea. You can actually short your entire system and just ruin the whole thing. So I thought I would just throw that out there just in case anybody had that same thought as me. That is why we saw that we were standing on the belts throughout the video, and we also plugged the power supply into the wall so that we stayed grounded and didn't shock anything into extinction. I could not afford a graphics card this time around, so you did not see that in my build, but so far everything has been running great. I do photo editing and video editing, as well as some light gaming. Now, I did have to update my drivers, which I didn't even know that was a thing until someone pointed it out to me on TikTok. When I first started gaming on here, it was a bit laggy, but once I updated the drivers, it was so smooth. I can game on here just fine. So just FYI, you may not need a graphics card if you're doing your build, because those are kind of expensive. And honestly, I'm still learning so much about the computer, even though I built it with my husband. But my favorite thing is just to look at it and be like, yeah, I built this. I built this with my own hands. Like, that is so empowering. My original plan was to buy every part to my computer one by one so I can study each one, know what their purpose is, and be a little bit more fluent in nerd. But life happened and I was laid off. I had to send my computer back to headquarters, and my computer building process was expedited. So now I have to retrospectively go back and really dive into each part so I can understand it better. And also shout out to my mom for helping me buy my motherboard. Moral of the story, if there even is one, we really should use our hands more because we are so capable of so many things, way more than what we think we're capable of. I hope that this inspires you to build your computer in the future, and don't be afraid to ask for help. You can even ask us for help. Like, literally, you're gonna type in the comments like, hey, I need a build for this. My husband put a part list together for my sister for about $700. And it's just based on the things that she needs a computer for. So if you needed that kind of help, he would gladly do that literally for like a few bucks. Like, it's not even that big of a deal. So literally comment that below if you need help, or if you just have any questions at all. I'm sure you can just hop onto my YouTube and be like, la 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 to your question, but actual, answers. Anyway, thank you for being here. Be well, be holeless.